Hello, this is my Punk deck list. I have been playtesting these cards since they were revealed, and through all the versions, this has been the version that has felt the best. I'd really like to share it with people. So without further ado, here's the deck. First up, 3 Ogre, 3 Foxy Tune, 3, not saying the name. These are your 1.5 card starters. This gets you into your entire combo and lets you see every single Punk super type over the course of your turn. Itelli is a 1 card, or it doesn't take your normal summon to do the combo. You basically summon... You're always summoning, not saying the name. And you just go off. 3 Sharakusai, this is essential for your combo, your end boards. It's also a starter, if you just fuse from hand with this. In that case, you need another Punk, but it's still 1.5 cards. Wagon. Wagon searches a spell. And the only spell we're searching is Wild Picking. Now, this is actually an incredible card. If they don't know to negate Wagon, you can just eat Abalusas for free. If you hard draw it, you can just eat the same at bosses. To the point where Wagon becomes a must negate on established boards. And he also has the best secondary effect, letting you draw a card when it gets impermed because they can't let it resolve because they have a board or anything like that. Next, 2 Madame Spider. Now this searches the traps, which the traps are, they're only okay. These are pretty good as like in addition to your board. It lets you play around like Dark Ruler and Droplets. It's really nice for that, although these are not the best cards. And honestly, you probably only want to be playing Dangerous. I'm on this because I'm not surprised because I'm greedy. Next are 4 Extenders, 2 Water Dragon, 1 Psychic Tracker, and 1 Wielder. Now these are interchangeable to whatever you like. These are just the ones I like, because I like going into Amazing Dragon first on when I'm forced to go second. It's really nice to do this though, and you can just use this for reward on combos anyway. Next monster reward, not explaining it. And next are Garnets. A Coltwing, Crow, 001, Hopier. Now Hopier is how you make Amazing Dragon with your standard combo. It's the best version of the combo. But it's like, it's fine to draw, like you just search something else when you like go to search with Cupid Pitch. Crow is for a way to make Amazing Dragon so that you can use Amazing Dragon during the end phase. Because your opponent sets 4, and like Hopier does literally nothing, and you're probably losing that game without Crow. Next, we were playing an Aurorodon deck, so we're on crossout because Nibiru ends the game. Also Droll, because like you need to search once to get going, then you need to search for your end board. It's really, really difficult to play through Droll. Like you have to go for Chaos Ruler and hope you hit Crow if you get Drolled. Or you're just like not ending on anything too scary. And then just some generically good cross-out targets, Ash Blossom, Veiler, which we're on Veiler because Chaos Ruler sends light, you can add it. Then Nibiru and Imperm for cross-out targets. Next up, 2 of Carp Rising. This card is fantastic. It lets you, it's essentially Rescue Rabbit. It lets you summon 2 from deck with, 2 from hand or deck with different names, except level 8. And if it's used for a synchro summon, the one punk on your go can attack twice. Really good on like turns where Amazing Dragon has lived and has bounced several cards. Then you just summon another tuner, get in for like 6,000 damage. Also, it lets you chain block Amazing Dragon activations. This effect. 1 Baroness, 1 Genshin, Chaos Ruler, Borreload, Savage, Coral Dragon. Cupid Pitch, Martial Metal Marcher, Mecha Fanabeast Auroradon, Nightmare Phoenix, and Krish on Halky Vibrex. This is the flex spot. I find everything else essential. You can't really do anything without exactly these cards. Like, you can take out the Chaos Ruler, the Baroness, and Marshall, and get rid of Crow, but I find Crow just, it makes it so much easier to, like, use the Auroradon to do everything you want. Now I'm going to show you guys the combos. So this is the first and standard of the two combos. This is the one you want to do every time. And it's off of just normal summoning Punk Voldemort herself. You go into Fox's Tune, use the effect, and then you essentially go through the motions of just seeing every single Punk monster. Like, there isn't much to say here. You just and grab this, and now this is where it matters. Grab Dangerous, unless you already have it in hand. This is much better generically than the other trap. Next we go into Hulk. Summon 1/1. I wish we didn't have to use Hulk, but I want to win. So I'll be selling my soul. Now we go for 1/1. We make Cupid Pitch. And we're gonna reduce the level. And then we're just gonna summon. And then we're gonna summon Coltwing from deck by attributing the 2 tokens. Coltwing will trigger. We just get the 2 tokens back. Next, 1/1 trigger summoning itself. Now, ordering on this matters entirely. You go into Coral Dragon, then you search Hoppier Squadron. Now we make Borreload Savage, use the effect to equip the Needle Fiber, and then we Synchro off into Zhen-Shen. And we get a draw. Let me set this now. This is 1 Omni Negate, 1 Imperm that we searched, a Floodgate, and a 4 Bounce. Plus whatever else you happen to draw, either in your opening hand or off Coral Dragon. So that's the first one. That's the one you're going to go for most of the time. And this is what you'll do if you go up against a back row deck. I'm going to do it differently. We'll just discard her to summon another one, and then we'll use her effect to grab a Shurikusai. And then we'll just normal summon the Shurikusai, and then we'll essentially do the same thing for the first little bit. There is not much variation in the early stages, no matter what you're going for. Although, here it is actually slightly, you can go for either of them interchangeably. I'll go for this just for the sake of diversity. Again, not much different here. It's an Auroradon combo. Okay. Now we go into Cupid Pitch, but this time, we increase its level. And then we tribute off into Colt Wing. And from this point onward, the combo is radically different. We'll then make Chaos Ruler. It doesn't let you chain block the Chaos Ruler, unfortunately. Just always go for this first. I'm gonna grab Nibiru because it's funny. It doesn't matter if you find something off this. You prefer to find something, of course, but it doesn't matter. Then you go for Caligo Crow. Caligo Claw Crow. And then since you have a dark, you can summon this out. Then you can make a Martial Meadow Marcher. Now you can grab any tuner, it doesn't matter. Although if you do it like this, you can go into Amazing Dragon and then you can use the effect to give it a slightly more attack. Then we can go into Baroness. And then we can banish the Caligo Crow Dark and the Cupid Pitch Light in our graveyard to summon Chaos Ruler back. Then we can revive Sharukusai to get a 4 bounce during our opponent's end phase. And we set this, and then we set this. They have to attack it twice, because this will stop one of the attacks by destroying the monster. So it's a negate, a pop, or a negate, and a 4 bounce. It's worse than the other board, but notably against back row decks, you can do this during the end phase and just completely invalidate their entire turn. Yep, that's the deck. It's one of my favorites, and I am glad to have it be my YouTube debut.